Small businesses are reporting 20 to 40 hours of weekly time savings by using just 5 to 7 AI tools strategically.
Wow.
Yeah, and if you look at an average rate of, say, $50 an hour, that translates to up to $8,000 in monthly value created right out of thin air. It is a staggering amount of leverage for a small team.
It really is. And the financial impact doesn't just stop at the time saved either. If you look at the research we've gathered for this session, businesses that are strategically implementing AI are seeing ROI returns of 20 to 40% in the very first year.
Right.
It's rapidly become this massive competitive advantage. You simply cannot afford to ignore those margins anymore.
Welcome to today's deep dive. If you're listening to this, you already know the landscape is shifting. AI is completely changing the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But let's be honest, the sheer volume of software launching every single day is completely exhausting.
Oh, it's overwhelming.
Welcome to SBAI, Service Business AI, where modern service businesses scale smarter
You could
with
spend your
artificial
entire
intelligence.
week just testing new tools. So, our mission today is highly targeted. We're taking a mountain of 2026 research, case studies, operational analysis, and we are extracting the ultimate tech stack for you.
I like that.
By the end of this conversation, you'll have the 5 AI tools every service business should use to stop drowning in manual work and, start actually scaling.
And to really understand why this matters right now,
Yeah.
we have to look at the strategic big picture. Why is this so urgent in 2026?
Yeah, why now?
It's because we're officially moving past AI as just a text generator. According to HubSpot's 2025 State of Marketing report, 92% of marketers say AI has already impacted their roles.
92%.
Right. But the real shift, the paradigm change here is this. 1 in 5 marketers and business leaders are now actively moving to autonomous AI agents.
Wow.
The era of the simple chatbot that just sits there answering questions is ending. The era of the autonomous agent is here.
Okay, let's unpack this because that distinction is everything. A basic AI is like a really smart consultant who sits at your desk, gives you advice on how to write a tricky email, and then...
Just watches you type it out.
Exactly, it just watches you type it out yourself.
Yeah.
An autonomous AI agent is an AI with hands. You give it instructions, and it actually reaches into your apps, your inbox, your spreadsheets, your CRM, and it executes the work for you.
Right.
So for this deep dive, we have a great dynamic setup. We're going to walk through these 5 essential tools. You're going to break down the broader business implications and the overarching strategy.
And you're going to break down exactly how you execute these workflows in practice, step by step.
You got it.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
We'll organize these tools logically, starting from the very front line of your customer interactions and moving deep into your back-end operations.
Let's start right at the top of the funnel. You're spending money on marketing, you're driving traffic, and someone decides to reach out. This is the customer front line.
What's fascinating here is the strategic moat of 247 responsiveness. Customers in 2026 no longer accept leave a message after the beep as an answer.
Not at all.
If they hit a voicemail when they call a landscaping company, a law firm, or a specialty clinic, the lead is essentially dead.
They expect instant interactive triaging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They will simply hang up and call the next business on their search results. For a service business, a missed call is definitively lost revenue. You're bleeding warm leads if you aren't picking up the phone.
But nobody wants to pay for a 247 night shift receptionist just on the off chance a high-value lead calls at 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
So how are these businesses actually bridging that gap without blowing up their payroll margins? Well, you use tool number 1, agentzap.ai.
Okay.
This is an AI voice receptionist that connects directly to your calendar and your CRM. And to be clear, we are not talking about those old robotic press 1 for sales, press 2 for support menus that infuriate people.
No, the technology has fundamentally evolved.
It really has. This AI uses advanced natural language processing to actually converse with your customers. It sounds human.
Yeah.
It can answer their specific questions about your services, qualify them based on your criteria, and then book appointments right into your schedule. So you wake up and your calendar is just full.
That's incredible.
The sources highlight a very specific case study of a mid-sized healthcare clinic to show how this works in practice. They implemented agentzap.ai to handle all of their instant call management and their automated patient reminders.
And what was the outcome?
The result was massive. They dropped their patient no-shows by 40%.
Wow.
And on top of that, they saved 20 to 30 employee hours a week.
Think about the operational efficiency of that. That is over half of a full-time employee's workload, just reclaimed from the ether.
Right.
And strategically, What does a business do with those 30 hours? Those employees are no longer playing phone tag or doing manual data entry. They're actually providing premium care, managing complex client relationships, or focusing on growing the business. You're shifting human capital from reactive tasks to proactive growth.
All right, so we've stopped the bleeding on the front line, the calls are answered, and the leads are actually making it onto your calendar.
Yes.
But the friction doesn't stop there, because once you're actually sitting face-to-face with that client, a whole new set of inefficiencies kicks in. That brings us to tool number 2, which tackles meeting intelligence.
Service businesses survive on client alignment and institutional knowledge. You need to know exactly what was promised to the client, what their specific pain points are, and what the next steps are.
Crucial details.
But manual note-taking destroys presence and focus. If you're sitting in a consultation furiously typing out everything the client is saying, you aren't actively listening.
They're not reading their body language.
Exactly. You aren't picking up on the subtle hesitations in their voice. You're acting as a stenographer instead of a strategic partner.
So how do we solve the stenographer problem practically? You bring in tool number 2, otter.ai. This tool integrates directly with your calendar. It joins your Zoom, Teams, or Google Meet calls automatically. It transcribes the conversation in real time with incredible accuracy, and then it uses AI to extract action items, summarize the key decisions, and email that summary to everyone involved.
It's like having a dedicated executive assistant sitting in the corner of every single meeting.
Pretty much. The research notes that small business owners spend an average of 12 hours weekly in meetings. Otter.ai completely eliminates the need for manual note-taking, which the data shows improves meeting productivity by 40%.
40%.
Yeah, you can actually look your client in the eye knowing the system is capturing every detail.
And the barrier to entry for this kind of operational upgrade is virtually non-existent. The sources point out that Otter.ai's free plan includes 300 transcription minutes.
That's plenty to get started.
Right. But the real strategic value isn't just in the single meeting. It is in the aggregate. It allows you to build a highly searchable knowledge base of all your conversations.
Oh, that's smart.
This improves team alignment and completely reduces redundant discussions. Yeah. You never have to slack your partner and ask, hey, what did we actually agree to on that call last Tuesday?
The institutional memory is permanent and searchable.
Exactly.
That is massive for accountability, especially when a project gets handed off to a different team member. Okay, so we've answered the phones, we've had the initial consultation, and we've got the transcripts securely logged.
Right.
Now we need to manage the relationship, nurture the lead, and close the deal. This is tool number 3, your sales and CRM ecosystem.
This is where we have to talk about the very real danger of fragmented data. If your meeting notes are in one app, your marketing emails are in another, your billing is somewhere else, and your customer support tickets are isolated in their own silo,
it's a mess.
Your business is operating blind. The strategic goal here, the absolute necessity for scaling, is a unified CRM where your marketing, sales, and service data all speak the exact same language.
You cannot automate a fragmented system.
No. If the AI doesn't have a full picture, it will make the wrong decisions.
Here's where it gets really interesting. For tool number 3, we're looking at HubSpot AI, and specifically their AI prospecting agent, Breeze.
Okay, let's hear it.
Normally, an account executive has to dig through a messy database trying to figure out who is actually warm and who to call today. But Breeze lives natively inside the HubSpot CRM. Because it sits on top of all that unified data we just talked about, it can look at a contact's entire history.
Like what pages they visited.
Exactly. What pages they visited on your website, what emails they opened, what notes were taken in the Otter transcript. It analyzes all of that, identifies your high potential leads, and then automatically drafts personalized outreach emails based on their specific context.
The impact on the sales pipeline is immediate and measurable. According to the data in our sources, small businesses using HubSpot's free CRM tier report a 25% increase in sales productivity.
A 25% bump just from unifying the data and adding AI.
Because the AI is doing the heavy lifting of predicting which leads will actually convert based on behavioral signals that a human might easily miss. It's moving sales teams away from reactive, intuition-based decision-making and toward predictive, data-driven growth.
It takes all the guesswork out of the sales process. You literally wake up, open your CRM, and Breeze has essentially handed you a curated list of warm leads with the outreach emails already written, just waiting for your final approval to send.
It's incredible.
But of course, running a service business isn't just about selling. Selling is only half the battle.
True.
The other half is the day-to-day operations, the hundreds of tiny repetitive tasks you have to do every single day to keep the lights on. That leads us to tool number 4, Zapier AI agents for day-to-day task automation.
We touched on this concept earlier, but it is worth deeply reiterating the contrast here. A basic AI chatbot stops at giving you advice. It can write a follow-up email for you, but you still have to copy it, open your email client, paste it, find the client's email address, write the subject line, and hit send.
It's a lot of friction.
Zapier AI agents, on the other hand, follow complex, multi-step instructions. They pull real data from your apps and take autonomous action. They are, for all intents and purposes, digital employees executing your operational workflows.
Let's ground this. Let's break down a specific, highly relatable workflow step by step to show how you actually configure this in practice.
Okay.
Let's talk about automating invoice reminders. Honestly, chasing money is the most awkward, frustrating part of running a service business. Nobody likes sending that 4th email asking a client to please pay their bill.
No one.
With a Zapier AI agent, you write out instructions in plain English. You literally tell it, wake up at 8 a.m. every single day. Look up our billing spreadsheet in Google Sheets. The source material uses a great hypothetical here, the Kevin Cookie Company billing sheet.
Nice.
You tell the agent to scan that sheet and find any rows where the invoice status is marked as overdue.
And because the agent has access to your connected suite of tools, it doesn't just flag the overdue invoice and send you a notification. It takes the next logical action autonomously.
Exactly. It uses Gmail to automatically draft a polite but firm payment reminder to the customer. It personalizes the email with the client's name and the exact dollar amount they owe. It sends the email, and then this is the most crucial part for keeping your operations clean. It goes back into the Kevin Cookie Company Google Sheet and updates a specific cell to log the exact date and time the reminder was sent.
Just seamless.
All of that complex cross-app functionality happens at 8 a.m. while you're pouring your first cup of coffee. You completely remove the emotional friction of asking for money.
The financial and operational impact of delegating those routine tasks is profound. The research shows that automating routine workflows like this yields an average cost savings of $700 to $1,900 a month for small businesses.
That's real money.
And perhaps even more importantly, from a quality control perspective, it prevents 10 to 20 hours of manual data entry errors. There are 0 manual copy-paste mistakes because the AI just follows the exact logic perfectly every single time.
You're right.
And for businesses wanting to test these waters without financial risk, Zapier's free tier includes 400 activities per month, which is more than enough to fully automate a core operational process like invoicing.
It's basically a free digital accounting assistant. Zapier is incredible for those linear daily tasks, but eventually your business starts really scaling.
Yes.
You start hitting the limits of simple A to B automations. What happens when you want an automation that doesn't just check a spreadsheet, but pulls data from a web form, runs it through an AI sentiment analyzer, routes the data to 3 different departments based on the client's budget, and dynamically creates custom client portals?
That's a whole different level.
That brings us to tool number 5, Make.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Zapier is phenomenal for everyday execution. But when your business outgrows simple linear workflows, when you introduce complex conditional logic, multiple branching paths, and massive amounts of data flowing simultaneously, you need advanced visual orchestration. Make is specifically designed for that enterprise-level complexity. It handles the workflows that would cause a simpler tool to break.
So how does that actually work in practice? Unlike a simple list of steps, Make gives you an expansive visual drag-and-drop canvas to build these massive multi-app workflows. It looks almost like a mind map.
Okay.
The sources specifically highlight powerful features within Make called the iterator and the aggregator. And I really want to slow down and explain how you use those because they unlock a totally different tier of automation.
They're critical concepts to grasp. A good way to think about it is comparing it to a human project manager. If a project manager has a massive list of 50 tasks, an iterator is like the manager handing out those 50 individual tasks to 50 different workers simultaneously.
I see.
The aggregator is the manager waiting for all 50 workers to finish, collecting their individual reports and combining them into one single, clean executive summary for the boss.
That is a perfect analogy. So in practice, let's say you're a marketing agency and you have a database of 1,000 past clients. You want to run a reactivation campaign, but you want it to feel deeply personal, not like a generic mail merge.
You'd use Make.
Is use Make. The iterator allows the automation to go through that list of 1,000 people one by one. It sends each individual person's past project data to an AI model. The AI writes a hyper-personalized check-in email referencing the specific work you did for them.
Okay.
Then the aggregator bundles all of those AI-generated drafts back together into a single spreadsheet report for your team to review and approve before sending. It allows you to dynamically personalize bulk campaigns across thousands of touchpoints effortlessly.
It allows a small team of 3 or 4 people to operate with the operational muscle and personalized touch of a massive corporation. You are no longer just automating single tasks, you're orchestrating entire complex operational systems.
Right.
But, as with any incredibly powerful technology, there are significant risks if it is implemented poorly.
So what does this all mean when you're sitting at your computer, ready to start building these systems? Let's pivot to the pitfalls. We've talked about the incredible upside, but what are businesses getting wrong when they try to implement these 5 tools?
The research highlights 3 critical mistakes that businesses make over and over again when adopting AI. Mistake number 1, automating before data cleanup.
Oh.
There's a very true saying in the tech industry: if you automate a mess, you just scale the mess. If your CRM is full of duplicate contacts, outdated email addresses, and conflicting notes, an autonomous AI agent is going to use that bad data to make bad decisions rapidly.
I hear that, but let's be realistic for a second. Cleaning a legacy CRM sounds like an absolute nightmare that could take a team months of manual labor. Are businesses really pausing all their automation plans and growth strategies just to scrub old email addresses from 2019?
They don't have to do it manually, but they do have to do it. You absolutely need clean data foundations. The sources suggest utilizing tools specifically designed for this, like HubSpot Data Hub, to automatically identify duplicates, clean formatting, and unify your records before you start layering AI workflows on top.
Fix the tracks before you run the train.
Exactly. You have to fix the tracks before you run the high-speed train. Mistake number 2 is tool hoarding. It is very easy to get caught up in the hype cycle and subscribe to every new AI tool that launches on Twitter.
Oh, definitely.
But the data is crystal clear. It is exponentially better for your operational health to use 5 tools excellently than to use 15 tools poorly. Tool sprawl leads to data silos, team confusion, and wasted budget. Pick a core stack and master it deeply.
Okay, clean your data first and stick to a tight, focused stack. What's the final pitfall?
The third is the set and forget trap. This is the danger of over-automating without human oversight, particularly in your customer-facing communications. AI agents are incredibly capable, but they still lack true human nuance, empathy, and situational awareness.
Right.
You cannot just turn an autonomous agent loose on your customer support inbox, walk away, and assume it will handle every angry customer perfectly. You still need a human in the loop. You need a team member reviewing the AI's performance, checking its drafts, and stepping in to handle complex, sensitive escalations.
You essentially treat the AI like a brilliant, highly capable intern. You trust them to do the heavy lifting and draft the work, but you always review it before it goes out to the client.
Exactly.
Okay, we have covered a massive amount of ground today. We've gone from AI receptionists answering your late-night calls to auto-managing your meeting intelligence, all the way to Make visually orchestrating your entire backend. So here is your concrete action step for this week.
Listen closely to this.
Do not try to implement all 5 of these tools tomorrow. You will overwhelm yourself and your team. Use the implementation roadmap strategy. Sit down and identify your single biggest operational bottleneck right now. Is it missed phone calls and lost leads? Is it chaotic meetings with 0 follow-up? Or is it the awkwardness of chasing those overdue invoices?
Find the biggest pain point.
Pick just one tool from this deep dive like Agent Zap for the phones or Zapier for the invoices and test it for 30 days. Measure the exact ROI in hours saved before you even think about expanding to the next tool.
Taking a deliberate phased approach is exactly how the most successful service businesses are integrating this technology without disrupting their current cash flow. But this raises an important question as we look toward the horizon and think about the ultimate trajectory of this technology.
What's that?
The sources point toward a future of multi-agent AI systems. We're moving toward a reality where your AI customer service bot will start talking directly to your AI project management bot to resolve issues without you ever being involved.
It's just bots talking to bots.
Exactly. It's a profound shift to ponder. When your tools start collaborating with each other, what entirely new business models become possible for you?